Hi loves, welcome back for another video, or welcome if you're new here. Today I'm going to be doing a little chit chat coffee with Cassie. To be honest, this mug is empty at this point, but there was coffee in it before I started filming this video. And I just haven't done one of these videos in a long time, and I feel like this subject is really something that's important to talk about and address this time of year, because as much as the holidays can be so much fun and there's just a lot of cookies and presents and just all of these happy things, it also can be such a stressful time of year, especially as you become more of an adult and you're invited to more things, and there's like Christmas cards and you're like worrying about who to buy things for, how much to spend on them, like all of this stuff just kind of piles up and it just gets so busy and crazy and it's a lot. So I thought it would be good to just kind of share my thoughts on managing stress during this time of year, and just some ways that you can kind of keep yourself sane and make it through the holidays still smiling and wanting to actually celebrate them. So my first piece of advice for surviving this time of year and trying to manage stress is to plan ahead. And I know by now, by the time this video is going up, we're in the thick of the holidays, we're in the countdown to Christmas Day itself, and that's when things tend to be kind of the craziest because you're trying to get your last minute gifts and those last couple of holiday parties, traveling to visit your family if you travel, and there's just a lot of things going on. But if you kind of just take some time to sit yourself down, make a list if you need to, write it out in your planner or on your Google Calendar or iCal, whatever system works best for you, just sit yourself down and take a little time to just kind of list out the things that you actually need to accomplish. And I promise you, once it's not all swirling around in your head, you're going to feel at least a little bit better, and you can kind of address if things seem like they're overlapping too much. Maybe there's something that you need to take off your plate, and it's never fun to do that, but at the same time it's really important to prioritize yourself and your time, and your future self will thank you even if it kind of sucks in the moment. Going along with that, as much as it's so fun to say yes to absolutely everything this time of year, I think it's really important again to prioritize your own time and your health and your sanity, and just say no when you need to. It could be the work holiday party if you've had a tough year at work, and as much as it might feel like you absolutely need to be there in the moment, like a year from now no one is going to remember that you weren't at that holiday party, so you kind of just need to sit yourself down and think about what matters most to you, and then just bite the bullet and say no to the things that you need to, so that you are going to just be in better shape and not spreading yourself too thin. Because if you do spread yourself too thin, you're not even going to be as present or have as much fun at the things that you actually want to do this time of year. So it's definitely worth it to think about everything that you're doing this time of year and just say no when you need to. People will forgive you, I promise. Another thing that is important to do to help manage your stress is to budget and try not to stretch yourself too thin financially. This is another thing that's so easy to do this time of year with all of the holiday parties, even just buying dishes to bring if you're doing like a potluck kind of event, or gifts for White Elephant, or just gifts for your friends and family, maybe coworkers too. It all adds up. So I'm not saying just to like not buy anyone anything and like completely just throw your wallet, I don't know, in the freezer for the holidays or something. I wish that would be great if we could all do that, but it's not really practical. But at the same time, this also kind of goes hand in hand with the planning ahead thing. You want to make sure that you're not going too crazy and charging things that you can't afford on your credit card, all of that stuff. It's just good to keep yourself within a reasonable amount of spending for the holidays. And I know it's very easy to let it get out of control. It's something that I'm definitely guilty of, especially since I travel this time of year and plane tickets down to Florida can be pretty expensive. So it's definitely a tight balance to walk, but it's worth taking the time to kind of think through. And also, when you're shopping for gifts, it doesn't mean you have to get the most expensive, amazing thing for everyone on your list for them to feel loved. It's really not all about the gifts and like that validation necessarily. Like you could buy someone something that is $20, and if it's personal and it means a lot to them, it doesn't really matter how much you spend. It's more the thought and the fact that you did something special for them. I know it's easier said than done, but this definitely will help you to manage your stress around this time of year if you are a little more careful about what you're doing and spending, and that way you're not stressed next month when you have to pay rent and everything else that normally comes up. My last tip for managing stress around the holidays is a very important one. I probably actually should have made this one first, but save the best for last, am I right? So this one is self-care. And I know as soon as I say that phrase, there are people that just do the internal eye roll. But look, if you don't take care of yourself this time of year, it's just, things are not gonna go well. And it doesn't mean that you need to come home from work and take a bubble bath. Unless that's what truly relaxes you, then you know what? Take your damn bubble bath. I don't care what anyone else thinks. But it's really important just to take care of yourself this time of year with all of the things that are going on and the crazy hours and just all of that. You need to prioritize rest. And for me, I need to make sure that I balance healthy food with all of the things I'm indulging in so I don't get sick. There are just basic things that you need to take care of for yourself, and it's so important to prioritize those things, because if you are, not sleeping enough and not eating well enough and really just overall not taking the best care of yourself, then everything else piling up on top is going to be really difficult to deal with, and you're just going to be a mess. A prime example of this is actually how this holiday season has been going for me personally. I had something like every single day right after I came home from Thanksgiving or back to Virginia, and went right back into work. And then that following weekend we had stuff both days and then back to work. And so by this past weekend I was exhausted, and we pretty much were couch potatoes almost the entire weekend, which I know not everyone has the luxury of doing, but still there's got to be some time that you have to relax and kind of just unplug. And for me also, self-care this time of year is just watching some Hallmark movies, turning my brain off, and just relaxing. So whatever that means for you, make sure to make at least a little bit of time to take care of yourself and relax, and just not let the craziness and all of the just everything going on this time of year get to you too much. It's important, and your health is more important than any of those things. All right, guys, those were all of my tips for managing stress during the holidays. I've said it in pretty much every video, but I really do truly love this time of year, and I want you guys to enjoy it as much as you can too. So I really hope that these tips help you. If you have any other thoughts about this topic, please make sure to leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you, and I'm sure other people watching this video would too. If you did enjoy this video and find it helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below if you're new here. I'm currently uploading a video every day until Christmas, so there's a lot of new content coming up if you want to see more. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me and watching this video. I love you so much, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.